What it is, YouTube. Better yet, what's up, YouTube? I'm just gonna jump into two subjects at once. Why I stopped messing around in the streets and why I decided to get involved in the streets. So basically, what made me want to get involved in the streets, not peer pressure, most likely family, and just not having a response like when somebody asks you like where you from, that shit is wicked, because they know if you not from nowhere, they make you a target. And when I say a target, back when I was growing up, they used to prey on you. Like they seen you and you wasn't from nowhere, they would like attack you, rob you, try to humiliate you. But once you had that response of where you from, they back up. They leave you alone. Some people keep going, but they like it depends, cause you could be from a neighborhood or area that ain't really popular like that. That's like full of shit. That's not really like known like that or known for like getting like, what we call rolled on or, like that's known to like be getting picked on, put it like that. But where I come from, niggas is not put like that. Niggas ain't victims. Niggas will make you the victim. Put it like that. And to be honest, like, firsthand it was family that, introduced me to it. Because I grew up seeing family members wearing red. Like, you know how it go, It ain't no different from anybody that was, like, in a blue household. Like, that's just how it go. But, then, I had an auntie, she used to roll around playing all the blood songs from Banging on Wax. Like, that was influential, too. Like, like, what's this? Just listening as a kid, you just like, man, this is active as mug. But I could remember, like, my auntie, because my grandma stayed in a crib neighborhood. And my auntie pulling up playing that. And they like, who was that playing that? And you gotta turn it off. And my auntie like, I'm not turning shit off. Like, she rolling around playing her shit. Because that's what, But I'm just saying, like, that's, that could influence the child either. Influence the child also, put it like that. Like, but what made me, like, want to, like, don't get me wrong. At one point, I felt like the streets was fun. Till I started realizing what I was doing and what the streets was doing to me. It depends on who you hang around. Because if you hang around somebody who a shooter, you eventually become a shooter. If you hang around somebody that's a drug dealer, you're going to become a drug dealer. If you hang around a mother that's just a partier, you're going to be a partier. If you hang around a person that, like, that's a hustler, you're going to be a hustler. Like, it's however, you feel me? Like, the energy will project itself on you to make you feel like that. Like, so I was around a little bit of everything when I was in the streets, but I didn't let it change me. Yeah, it could be overwhelming when you going back and forth to court, you seeing your loved ones get killed or die. And then on top of that, like, you trying to cope with, smoking weed every day, drinking drink, or however you cope with the stress of being in the streets, like, that shit real. And then imagine your family turning your back on you because, at one point, some of my family members turned their back on me. Like, if you gonna do this, like, I don't want to be around you. They felt afraid to be around me. Like, so it was a good thing because I felt empowered. Like, like, I got some power. Like, I got older people around me not want to be around me. And I'm like, that's cool. That's good. But in reverse, like, imagine people that know you, like, you grew up with and stuff, and they know, like, damn, like, it could, like, take a toll on a friendship, put like that. Let's say your friend, he a Crip, and then you a Pyru. Like, y'all grew up playing with each other and all that. But then, because y'all from different sections, his section may not like your section. And then y'all can't be cool. But then it always revert back to where either y'all get down or you, like, might get down with one of his homies or he might get down with one of your homies. And then, you be like, who? And you be like, oh, you might know the person. And then, y'all pop up and see each other in traffic or something. Y'all kind of like that animosity and that friction there. But then you start realizing, like, man, this nigga was cool at one point. So it make you be cool in a way. Don't get me wrong. Everybody not like that. It might be a nigga that know you, grew up with you, or probably watched you grow up. and still will take you out, rob you, do all that. But it's the energy of the people you know. Like, if they know you ain't the type of people to be messed with and you ain't no joke, they gonna leave you alone. Especially if you come from a family full of hitters. That shit right there making people, like, fall back from you. Like, all right, his family such and such, we not gonna mess with him, we gonna leave him alone. But then you got people who still will try it. But then you got people that's just like, yeah, I don't even want no type of friction or issue with that person. Vice versa, it's just how it happens. But what made me get into it, that's what made me get into it. Oh, but it's also this one incident I didn't say that that happened to me. I happened to be walking with I happened to be walking with my little sister, one of my little sisters. I think we was going to the store. It was like summertime. And this is when my auntie had just moved on, when she had just moved in Linwood off Euclid Street. So we walking, and it's like this brown Chevy Malibu wagon pull up. But it's on IROX and all that. But it's limo tinted out, so you can't see who in the car. So we walking, and the car like kind of stopped. But when it stopped, I don't hear the brakes go skirt. I just hear it stop. But I'm looking back and I'm walking. Some say turn around. So when I turn around, a nigga pop out like, where you from? But I guess the nigga was like, I don't know. I think he was from Peru or something. But the nigga like, where you from? And I was like, what? Like, I just like ignore it because I'm with my sister. Like, nah, bro. Like, whatever. Like, and my sister was like, oh my God, bro. Like, what just happened? I'm like, niggas was trying to trip on me. But then that day, it made me go from an actual innocent child or innocent kid to a full beast in the street. And I didn't turn nothing down after that. Like, I started turning up. So where you from, I'm turning up on niggas. Then whatever's going to happen after that, we getting into it. Like, that's just how I go in the streets, But there be some times where I turn up, niggas turn it down. Like, okay, yeah, we know he official. Like, leave him alone, Like, but it ain't easy in the streets. And the streets ain't made for everybody. That's why the AKA, that saying is, the streets ain't made for everybody. So that's why they made sidewalks. But at the same time, it's like, that's what the streets is out here. And like, I can't say everywhere else is different. Like, I can't really say, like, everything's the same in different areas because everybody got their different politics and how they do stuff and how things go. Like how when I heard about New York people, and I ain't taking nothing from New York people, but I heard how people could be getting blessed in a gang. And it's like, well, that's just like a person being born in a gang, like, So I could, like, like, compare the two, like, because they kind of similar in a way, even though out here ain't no way to be blessed in no gang. Like, you got somebody vouching for you, but even when somebody vouch for you, you still gonna have to do, gonna have to do your shit, Gonna have to put your work in or put your groundwork in the street so people know who you is. But at the same time, don't get me wrong, there's people out here that don't care who you is. They'll walk up to you and get busy for no reason. They don't care who you is. You could be somewhere with blue on and be in a blood neighborhood. They're not even knowing you a blood. Then they kill you and not even knowing they just killed another blood. Vice versa, if it was a Crip. Like, it could be the same way. You in a Crip neighborhood, you got them all red. They think you a blood. They kill you, but not knowing you was a Crip the whole time. Like, it be stuff like that nowadays that be happening. But out here in LA, it's not so much about the colors no more. Some people still trip on colors because I've seen it happen. But some people, it's mainly the hat. Because the hats in LA, if you a viewer watching this, hats in LA is a no-go. Don't wear no hat. You better off wearing a beanie. You better off wearing your hairstyle in a certain type of way so people know you from a certain city. Don't wear no hat. Because a hat will get you killed every time. Only people that I ever heard of getting a pass was somebody that was like a white person or Asian or something. And even then, they got pressed. But if you black, you from another state, you come to California, take your hat off. You could be from Detroit, you could be from Florida, you could be from Chicago, you could be from Oregon, you could be from Arizona, you can be from Alaska, Colorado, Don't wear no hat in California. Unless it's black and white. And even then, you'll still get pressed. Especially if it got some color in it, you for sure getting pressed. But if it's black and white, they'll leave you alone. But if it's a certain color, like, don't come from Dallas, Texas wearing all Dallas, Texas gear. Because that'll get you shot at. Don't come over here with all the Detroit Red stuff on either. Or the Red Wing stuff on, because that'll get you shot at too. Niggas don't care. Niggas just be like, oh, that's one of them. That's how they look at, oh, that's one of them. But now, colors don't really matter because niggas is wearing whatever, however. Niggas is wearing Amiri jeans, purple label jeans. The clothing ain't really so baggy no more, so that's not an issue, because it used to be if you had on baggy clothes, niggas tripping on you. But niggas' clothes be so tight, they gotta wear knapsacks and fanny packs around them to hold they straps. So it's like, that's not an issue. So niggas ain't really wearing like they hood color. This is like they hood there or something. They just feel like they want to wear that color. But on another note, you feel me? Niggas is on their designer wave right now. And that started from the jerk movement. So I will be doing a video on the jerk movement. And if nobody don't like the video about me talking about the truth, then it is what it is. But that's the reason why fashion is the way it is now, because of the jerk movement. So yeah, you know, but what made me like say fuck the streets, like literally turn my back to them, was an issue that I had. It was funny because I was talking to a broad that was liking my cousin. The whole time she pregnant by a dude from out here in Long Beach. I ain't gonna say his hood because he was claiming one hood and then ended up getting put on another hood that don't like that hood. So it was weird to me. And I was like, what? But I remember in high school, I went to high school with the dude. So I remember in high school, dude saying he from this hood. But then out of high school, he not from that hood. He from their enemy. I guess that's a Long Beach thing. And I ain't taking that from Long Beach because every city have they hood hoppers and transformers. We just gonna say that. But long story short, I'm talking to his BM or whatever. Forget that's his BM. Just talking to her because I knew her before him. Like, I knew him before her, but then when he wasn't in her life, like, you know, when he had got her pregnant or whatever, I didn't see much of dude. I only seen him one time with her. So I'm just talking to her, not even thinking nothing about dude. And I'm just talking or whatever. We talking about some stuff that ain't got nothing to do with her. So she include herself and say something crazy like, oh yeah, that's just like my dude. And I had to tell her like, no, your dude ain't bred like that. And when I say bred like that, your dude was not ever from his section. And he was always from the other side. She said, that's not true. You know, we get into it or whatever. So I'll leave from where I'm at, getting into it with her. So I'll leave, right? And then like a couple weeks later, I had to be 2 weeks later. And it was funny because I had just bought my first ever fresh Boston Red Sox hat. I was fresh. I had the fresh Red Sox hat on. You know, I'm out here like, I'm doing my thing, you feel me? I ain't tripping, I'm, you know, on my whoop thing, you feel me? I ain't tripping. Just finna go enjoy life. I link up with my cousin. Well, I'm like, let's go get a bottle, let's go turn up, you know, let's go, you know, chill out or something, you know? Like, I'm just doing this with my cousin because we always do this. Like, we'll go out somewhere, we'll just be out, we run into each other. Oh, let's get some food, you know? Probably, you know, bump into some females, let's get some liquor, you know? That way, if we bump into some females, for sure we bound to get their numbers or whatever. So we'll do that or whatever. And this is when I was on foot. So the day this happened, I happened to be coming from the barbershop. Like I said, I just got my hair cut. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was just like, man, fuck it. I'm on my whoop thing. I'm from the whoopie. So I put on my little red Boston Red Sox hat. It's blue and red with the big B on it, with the big red B on it. I ain't thinking. I'll just go out, whatever. We go to the Crenshaw Station. Go to Crenshaw Station. After I go to Crenshaw Station, we go to Vermont. When we get to Vermont, this nigga get on the train. I'm just thinking like he cool. I said, what's up to him? He said, what's up to me from the other end of the train. But they not knowing my cousin with me. Because I used to set niggas up cold on the train. So, once this happened, he come over there, like we get like past, once we get past the Rosa Park Station, that's when he come over and say, what's up to me. No, actually, no, it wasn't before we had just got to the Rosa when we got into it. So once we get to the Rosa, we getting into it. He talking about some, yeah, I heard you told my girl this, woo, woo, woo. I'm like, bro, I didn't tell your girl that. I'm like, bro, I don't even, because remember, it's 2 weeks later. I'm not remember who the baby mama is and all. I forget all about that. And this is how you got to be on your toes because you don't know how nobody will play you. Somebody will put you up in a cross and you won't even know what's going on. So she put me in the cross, whatever, told her baby daddy or whatever. So he was like, this how we gonna do it. He like, this how we gonna do it. He like, I'm gonna call my BM on everything. If she say that you said something about me on this phone, which I know she did, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm in my mind like, you're not finna whoop me. Like, I know it's not finna happen. So long story short, he get on the phone, call her. She like, yeah, you did say that and I'm like, what? Like I said, it was 2 weeks ago. I'm not remembering this. So after this happened or whatever, I'm just like, all right, whatever. So we go all the way to the Norwalk station. He begging me. He like, man, I need that fade. I need that fade. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, this is not what you want. Like, I'm telling him, this is before the day. I'm telling him, like, bro, this is not what you want. I'm not finna fight. I always play peaceful before I get violent. I'm a Cancer. So if you come for me, I'm just telling you, I'm gonna try to be kind about it and let you down easy without telling you, like. But if you want to play that stupid role, you can win a stupid prize too. So we get to the train station. He's still not trying to let it go. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we get into it. So we going to go fight or whatever. He telling his homeboy snatched my board, which wasn't even my board, my cousin board. He snatched the cruiser board from me. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna ask for it back. I'm just finna, finna go up here and I'm finna wear this nigga out real quick. So we go up to the Norwalk station. They boasting and bragging like, yeah, we finna pack him out. Ooh. My cousin, remember, they not knowing my cousin with me. So my cousin slide out the cut like, who y'all finna pack out? Y'all not finna beat up my big cousin, but my little cousin bigger than me. So when I tell them that, they look at me scared, like, who's this big ass nigga he got with him? Not even knowing, like, yeah, bro, like, stop fucking with me because you're not knowing who I'm connected to, you're not knowing who I'm rolling with. Because it always look like I'm by myself, but I always got somebody with me. So long story short, we go up to the train station, we get down. We get down or whatever. After we get down, this is before we got down. Let me rewind. Before we got down was a nigga who came out the side gate over. It's a side gate by like a freeway overpass or whatever. Nigga come out the side gate sweating and shit. Like, who is this nigga? Like, is he awesome because he's sweating heavy. So now I'm on my toes, paranoid. Like, all right, whatever. So I get down with the nigga. We get down. He did this like move, like they call it the jungle kick or whatever. But I come to find out that's like a blood move that the jungles use. And the nigga, he from Long Beach though. So I'm like, oh, he must have got down with one of the niggas and learned that move. He kicked me, but when he kicked me, he connect like twice. But I'm still on him though. So I'm still on him. We still locking or whatever. And after that, like my arm, because one of my arms like be going out. I don't know. Like I think I messed one of my arms up and I never got it popped back in place. So my arm give out and I'm like, all right, bro, you feel me? Because my arm give out, I'm still trying to swing with the other arm. He's still trying to go. So his homie like, all right, leave it alone. I got down already. He like, nah, I want my round 2 and my round 3. I said, nigga, you ain't getting shit. I don't do that. Where I'm from, we don't do those. He's like, all right. I'm like, we cool or we not? He like, shake my hand. Was like, if you ever say something about my baby mama or my kid on everything, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, all right, bro. You got it. Like, you feel me? I laughed about it, but then what made me trip out about it was the fact that I bump into my homegirl and tell her we from the same section. She's like, oh, all right. Like, blew it off. What the fuck? But it made me look at the streets kind of funny, like, because the people that you feel like gonna have your back the most, they probably won't even have your back. They'll sit there and watch you, get hurt and won't do nothing.